Guys in court.
Thank you. If you may be seated. Mr. Yusenberg, do you mind to stand, please? You appeared in front of the High Court of Cape Town in 2005, and you were found guilty of murder and rape. And today, on the 25th of April 2005, we are here together to sentence you on account of murder. I sentence you to life. On account of rape, I sentence you to 25 years. You may step down, sir. Today we gather together here at a victim offender dialogue process, and I would like to thank the mother of the deceased and the victim of this crime to allow yourselves and to make yourself vulnerable for a very, very challenging process here today. I really want to salute you for taking the courage to come and be part of this victim offender dialogue process. In preparation for this process, I witnessed that it wasn't easy for you to make this decision to come. But I just want to thank you that you came voluntarily to be part of this process. I also want to thank you, sir, for making yourself available to be part of this process voluntarily. And I trust that you will be able to respond to whatever the victim's family will say, and even the victim as well. And so we will start with this process, and as we heard even previously, that the victims is at the center of the criminal justice process and the restorative justice process. And in agreement to the offender as well, we want to give you the opportunity as the victims of crime to share first and foremost your very sad experiences and the ripple effect of the crime on your lives. So we give you the opportunity now, and then Alexander Yusenberg will respond to whatever you will say.
I just want to say to you, first of all, Mr. Clayton, I was so angry that you contacted us. It's 15 years later. I thought we healed, we over this now. Why? Why did you come now to contact us? Since you contacted us, I have never slept through a night again. I realized how much hurt and anger I still have. I want to say to come. I hate you for what you did to us. I will never forgive you. I will never forget what you have done to us. You did not only kill my son. That day, you killed all of us as a family. You did not only steal my son, you stole my joy. You stole my sleep. You stole my smile. You stole my brightness. Since that day, I wore black almost every day. Because I cannot smile. I cannot be happy. Because every night I sit around the table, there's a person missing. You see, when you walked away that day, you know what you left me with? This is all I have left of my son. Look there. What does it say? Deceased. And then you stood there in court. And you pleaded not guilty. And you stood with a smile while we were hurt, while the pain was consuming. And you know, because of that, I couldn't be a wife. You thought it was that moment of pleasure when you raped my daughter, but I'm going to let her speak for herself. And just because my son walked in on you, you killed the witness. And you would have killed her as well. But you see, you thought you blindfolded her. You thought that she didn't know who it was. But since after that time, I want you to know, I couldn't live. I just existed. From day to day, I went into a dark hole of depression. And I couldn't be a wife anymore. And so I lost my husband. You see, you killed my marriage as well. I couldn't be a mother to my daughter who was going through so much trauma because I was in a dark hole. I couldn't help my daughter. I loved him. I loved him. He wasn't just any person. He was a good son. And I loved him so much. Why us?
Anything else?
No.
Alexander, before you respond to Mrs. Seeger's, I would like to suggest that we listen to the rape victim as well, and then you can respond to both of them. Unfortunately, we are still in lockdown, and we trust that with all sensitivity to your support to one another, that you keep up your mask and also have some social distance, but you can still hold each other's hands. But we need to also respect the process in terms of the COVID-19. It's unfortunately that this process is now during COVID-19, and we realize how important it is, but we also have a responsibility, and I trust that you will support us in that. Do I have your cooperation in this? Thank you very much. So now you're welcome to respond as well, direct to Alexander Yusenberg.
I don't even want to look at you. I don't want to look at you because you don't deserve that even. I don't want to acknowledge you. Like my mommy said, that day you didn't just kill my brother. You killed all of us. But I want you to know what you did to me. You ruined my life. You thought that you just pulled up your pants and you walked away and that was it, but my nightmare started that day. I had to defend myself in court because you said you were not guilty. I had to prove that I was telling the truth over and over and over. I had to relive that moment because you said you never did it. I wasn't just a victim that day. You made me a victim every other day. You took my innocence. My friends called me a liar. I lost all my friends. I was so angry at my mother because she couldn't even see that I was hurting. You left me to deal with this hurt and this anger alone. You are a monster. And I wish you had killed me that day because I tried to take my own life several times. It would have been better to die than to deal with the mess that you left. You crushed my spirit. You broke me. And I have been trying for 15 years to put the pieces back together. You sitting here 15 And I didn't want to be here because I don't want to see you. Because for so many years, your face was all I saw. Your breath was all I smelled. I have nothing that I want to say to you besides that I wish that you would just die.
You will have the opportunity now, sir, to respond. You heard direct from the mother of the deceased and the rape victim, and you have this opportunity now to respond to them.
I was listening to the mom. And what I was listening to was the why did I do it? Why I did it? And why did I do it to them as a family? I can say today that I was sick and I was evil. To trespass into a family's living space and violated all the rules of the family in the house. To come into their safe space to come into the safe space and to come and rape the daughter and also kill the brother. Because it was all about me, for my lustful desires, to come into that house and take up my knife and did whatever I feel that day. It was all about me. I wanted to rape her. Because of that time I didn't care about what she was feeling and whatever she wanted to deal with afterwards. It was all about my lustful desires, about my satisfaction, about what I want. And when the brother came to and was witnessing, I thought that there's no way that this story need to spread, because I didn't care about other people's feelings. So I killed him because I thought that I would come away from the way I did and the things I did in the house that day. I want to say something to the mom. It's like, I will never bring back your son again. Nothing of my good deeds, even of whatever I can do, will ever bring your son back again. Because of my lustful and my evil operation in my community. I will never be able to restore the dignity of your daughter, Melissa. And today, while I'm sitting here listening to your pain, the hurt, you have all the right to feel the way you feel today. Melissa, you have all the right to hate me for what I did, because I have no right to come into your space and to disrespect you in any way. I had no right to do that. I had no right to destroy the brother's life in that house, and today, because of my actions, because of my evil doings and my thoughts, I destroyed a marriage and I destroyed Melissa's relationship with her friends because of what I did. Yes, I lied in court because I thought that I would get away with it. But today I can see the pain that I left behind in that house. And I today take full responsibility for what I did to your son and to Melissa. Because in that time I was wicked. And there's no way that I can change the life that I took or bring back. But I want to say, I'm sorry for trespassing into your house, coming into your safe space, killing your son, raping Melissa. I want to say I'm sorry for what I did. And it sounds very easy. I can just come and say I'm sorry. But what I've listened because of my actions today, that you are sitting with that bitterness and that anger, that unforgiveness in your heart because of what I did to the family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Do you mind to respond to what you have heard?
Sorry is such an easy word. You got a life sentence. We got a life sentence too. And I just hope that you saw a little bit and heard, really heard a little bit of what your selfish, evil actions caused us. We were a happy family. It was 4 of us. Just the 2 of us left. That son would have provided for me in his fatherland. And you left us without income, without a house. But you know what? I wanted to look at you today. Because I looked at you in court. I saw your smile. I saw your arrogance. And I wanted to look at you today. I wanted to see what you still had left after what you did. I can't speak for my daughter. But for what I experienced today, I saw some remorse. I see a different person to what I saw in the court. Most of all, I'm glad that I have some answers, that it wasn't that we did something wrong, but it was because of you. I'm going to ask God to help me to forgive you, because I cannot live with this hatred and bitterness anymore, because it's probably destroyed me more than it destroyed you.
Thank you very much. You may respond also.
When Pastor Jonathan first contacted us, I didn't want to come. I didn't want to see you. I didn't want to face you. I didn't think that you deserved it. But sitting here and having a chance to tell you what I feel and what you put me through, I needed an apology from you. Even though I didn't realize it, I needed that apology. I needed you to say that you did it because you denied it. I needed that. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I forgive you, because I don't. And I don't know if I'm going to forgive you tomorrow. But I pray to God that I will get there. Not for you, but for me. Because I deserve it. I spent so many years blaming myself, thinking that it was my fault, something that I did. But hearing you say that it's you, it takes a weight off my shoulders, a weight that I carry, a burden that you put on me. So I'm glad that I came. I'm glad that I agreed to do this for me, not for you.
So you heard just a thought on what you heard now from the mom and the victim as well. Just your final remark on that.
I just want to say that for this 15 years I was, and I know I will still live with it, and I live with guilt knowing that I said in the court I didn't do it. But this 15 years allowed me to see the wrong in me and the things I did, and I could just come and say, I did it, not because I want to get away with it easily like that, but as I said, I take full responsibility for the wrong things I did in your family. And I hope that through my actions and what I think in all the 15 years in prison, I will make sure that no family will get hurt again. So I take full responsibility for my actions.
Thank you, sir. I just want to thank you, Mrs. Segas and Melissa, for making yourself so vulnerable here today. For you to respond in your final remarks that although you didn't want to come, that you could face today a person that brought all the pain on your life, and the response to the offender during the court case and the trial, and what you experience here today in your own words. You witness a difference. And to you, Melissa, you didn't want to look to the offender. The fact that he pleaded not guilty, the fact that you had to fight against the plea of not guilty to prove that he did it to you. And for you not just to witness a person saying, I'm sorry, but a person taking responsibility and acknowledge I did it. And as I experience it here, that helped you to journey on and reflect and trust that this process will be part of a justice that heals, because the offender acknowledged that he is guilty. I want to thank you, sir, for also making yourself vulnerable, that during this 15 years incarcerated, that you started to recognize the ripple effect of the crime on your victim's family. And I trust that you will journey on, and as you said in your own words, that you will not be responsible again for families like this to experience this. So thank you very much to you.